Welcome to the Stampede. I'm your host, Stephen Foster, and we are on the Shady Sports Network. We're heading into the third game of the season, and the Mustangs are off to a great 2-0 start. With us today, the man that will be leading the Mustangs into that game, quarterback Mike Pina. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be on tonight.
Appreciate your time. Mike, tell the Stampede where you're from.
Originally from Brockton, Massachusetts, city outside of Boston, about 30 minutes from there. Pretty much grew up there my whole life. Went to college in Massachusetts as well. So little far from home out here in Wyoming, but it's nice to experience a new place.
For sure. So, like I said, Mustangs are off to a 2-0 start, heading into what I'm calling the game of the week with the Sioux City Bandits. Coming into town for your guys' home opener. What's the preparation been like, and what's your excitement level heading into that game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think as far as preparations, just like any other, any other game, every game, every week, our goal is to go 1-0, and there's definitely some extra excitement for sure. With it being our first home game, all of us, around the program are pretty excited for that.
This week's sponsor is Hot Iron Inc. Located at 1401 Oil Drive in Gillette, Wyoming, Hot Iron Inc. has served their community for over 30 years now. We believe we are nothing without our people. Honesty, experience, hard work, and professionalism make us who we are, which is a leader in the underground construction services industry. Call us at 307-682-8702. That's 307-682-8702. Or visit hotironinc.com.
So this offense and first-year offensive coordinator for the Mustangs, Reggie Gray, seem to be firing on all cylinders. What's it been like learning from a legend of the sport such as him?
Oh, it's been an absolute blessing for not only myself but for the rest of our offense too. Coach Gray is always putting us in the right spot, and that's really from preparation throughout the week and really just his knowledge for the game and all of his experience that he has had throughout his career as a player and also as a coach. So him being able to pass that knowledge on to us has been amazing for us.
Hey, Mike, I'm a huge 49ers fan, and this last season I seen Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the NFL draft, a rookie quarterback, bust onto the scene and lead my team all the way to the NFC Championship game. Does that kind of storyline add a little fuel to the fire to a player such as yourself?
A little bit, yeah, I think so. Kind of that story is kind of like that underdog story, and I think myself, I've always kind of taken on that persona. And same thing with a lot of guys on our team. A lot of guys on our team have that chip on their shoulder, kind of being that underdog, and gives us that kind of extra, that extra edge when we're preparing for teams every week.
What's the biggest difference or adjustment you had to make going from traditional style of football over to the indoor game?
Yeah, I think there's a few adjustments, but really the biggest has been kind of the angles and the timing with it being the smaller field, as well with the motions from a quarterback's perspective. That's been kind of the adjustment, which it's been fun to work with.
Who are some of the NFL quarterbacks that you like to study?
Yeah, I have a lot kind of throughout history. There's a lot of guys that I like to take a look at, but I would say my top three throughout history. I love right now Russell Wilson, and then growing up, I was a big Tim Tebow guy, as well as Drew Brees. I kind of like to take a piece of each of their games and try to model myself after that a little bit. And those are guys that I've really followed over the years.
So we spoke about Coach Gray, but your head coach, Cedric Walker, comes with a ton of football knowledge himself, especially on the defensive side. How much of a help has he been with diagnosing defenses and breaking down the defensive side of the game for you?
Yeah, coach has been huge for us on the offensive for an offensive standpoint, especially for us for him, whether it's in meetings or in practice. He gives us some great insight as far as to what defenses are doing, what defenses look like, with all his experience and his knowledge in the game as well.
Okay, so it's time for our new segment called the 4-Point Play. It's 4 random rapid-fire questions. Mike, are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, so throw or run for a game-winning touchdown.
Throw.
Favorite pregame snack.
Granola.
What music do you put on to get game ready?
Rock or rap combination.
Favorite NFL player.
Russell Wilson.
All right, there you go. There you have it. 4-point play.
Sweet.
So what's the biggest difference between you as a quarterback in, say, college versus where you're at as a quarterback now?
I would say just I'd say the biggest difference is seeing it from trying to see it from a coach's perspective and continue just being more of a coach on the field and just kind of being an extension of Coach Gray, which that's my goal, is to always kind of be that extension of him, because I'm actually a college football coach as well. So just kind of from that perspective, I think that's something I try to really be good at this point in my career, is the mental side of it, and like I said, just being an extension of the coach.
So when we as fans are watching football on TV, we often hear quarterbacks calling out a certain linebacker or defensive back. Walk us through what's that all about, and what are the other things you're looking at pre-snap?
Yeah, no doubt. All different leagues, all different teams might have certain pre-snap things where the quarterback is calling out, but for a lot of quarterbacks, it's all about the pre-snap reads, and that's going to really determine what's going on for your reads as a quarterback. The pre-snap read as well as the post-snap read will kind of determine where you're going to go with the ball.
So let's talk grip on the football. Are all footballs the same? Are they all the same size, same grip, or do they change from level to level?
Definitely. They're all different level to level, especially going from like the outdoor game, throwing like a GST football to adjusting towards indoor football. And I've also thrown the NAL ball, the IFL ball. It seems all the leagues are the ball is a little different, so it's definitely something I've found to be very interesting, and it's also a challenge just to be able to throw different footballs and just kind of work with them.
You guys have a tough stretch of games coming up. Bandits, Outlaws, Beef. They have a combined record of 5-1 going into this week's matchups. What are the keys to staying focused during this stretch?
Yeah, I think the key to staying focused is kind of what I mentioned earlier. Is just we treat every opponent the same, and the goal every week is to go 1-0, and just to stay locked in on what we got ahead of us.
Mike, how old were you when you first started playing football?
I think I was about 5 years old when I started playing flag football, and then I started playing tackle football when I was 9 years old.
Wow. Hey, so you and your dad, Mike Pina Jr., do something very cool together. Tell us more about that, and how do folks get more information if they're interested?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, me and my dad run our training program together called QB Velocity, where it's a position-specific training program where we work with kids of all ages from 8 years old all the way up to college, pro level. You can find any of our social media us on any social media at QB Velocity. We also have a website, qbvelocity.com, where you can read up more about us a little bit, just what we do. Like I said, we do a lot of position-specific training. We also run camps. We run 7-on-7 tournaments. We run college showcases where a bunch of colleges can come recruit our athletes, and that's something that we certainly love to do. And I actually just recently started training a few kids here in Gillette as well. So, that's something is a huge passion of mine, and me and my dad love doing it together.
I think that is a very cool story. Mike, is there anyone you would like to say hello to or give a shout out to?
Let's give a shout out to my mom. Back in Massachusetts. I'll be seeing her soon, coming up here to Wyoming. But hey, Mom.
All right. I love it. Mike, I really appreciate your time tonight, and best of luck this weekend with the Sioux City Bandits.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
There you have it. Another episode of the Stampede on the Shady Sports Network. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, because with every new subscription, the voice and spotlight on these players and coaches gets louder and brighter. Until next week, have a fantastic time.